Bruno forges on, unflappable.
I feel very confident. I've got the power, the timing. The time is right to beat him. It's peak time.
Though he may never reach the status of world champion, Frank Bruno has won the hearts of his countrymen. It's a plateau most fighters strive for their entire lives.
And on this night of his life, at the age of 28, not having fought, as you see, in 488 days, Frank Bruno exits his dressing room and makes his way toward the ring. As he appears before this crowd, you will hear the cheers of more than 2,000 Englishmen who purchased tickets under the auspices of English promoter Jarvis Astaire, the man who had the original deal to host this fight in Wembley Stadium, and who have flown here to root for their man. Some think for only a brief period of time.
I can hardly think of an American athlete who would get that kind of loyal following. But one of the interesting things about that loyal following is that many of them are betting against Tyson in some of the most, against Bruno, in some of the most curious betting I've ever seen. There's virtually no betting on who will win the fight. It's all on when the fight will end. And it's even money to end by the 3rd round. And many Britishers are betting against him.
And this despite the fact that on the 2 occasions when he has been knocked out, it was in the 10th round against Bone Crusher Smith and the 11th round against Tim Witherspoon.
Of course, everybody remembers the last fight, which was 91 seconds.
And there comes the Gladiator. 242 days, 242 monumentally eventful days have passed in his life since the 91-second destruction of Michael Spinks. And Tyson dispenses with the towel with the hole in the middle of it and comes toward the ring in his typical fashion, already in a full frothing sweat and ready to go.
According to some financial records that were released in some court actions, he spent almost $200,000 on clothes last year, but obviously none of them on sweat socks or robes.
This is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of London, England, weighing in at 228 pounds, or 16 stone 4 pounds, with a professional record of 32 wins, 2 defeats, with 31 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, he is rated #1 in the world by the WBC. He is the challenger, Frank Bruno. And in the red corner, from Catskill, New York, weighing 15 stone 8 pounds, or 218 pounds, he is undefeated in his professional career, 35 wins, 31 KOs. He is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
Okay, listen. I gave both fighters their instructions in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you again, obey my commands at all times. Is there any questions? Shake hands, good luck.
This will not be the first time that Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno have faced each other in a boxing ring. When Tyson was 16 years old and Bruno was in this country to fight a boxer named Mike Jamison, they sparred.
So a bit of replay there for the opening session. And this was Tyson, lovely right hand there. Good booming right hook there, and Bruno was all at sea. This was in the first 10 seconds, in fact, and then he hit the floor. And there's the same punch. And Bruno did a bit of a limbo dance there, and then got caught very high on the head, slipped over. And this was the Bruno left hook.
7-7-2.
Your grease tail.
7-7-2 is to come inside and throw those punches with bad intentions, mean.
Now use your left hand to get in. Don't lay on the outside. Close that gap, right? Get in the inside. That left jab, right? Use that left jab to get you in there. Side to side, right? Don't lay still.
Tyson's corner there going over, remonstrating with referee Steele about Bruno's holding.
A lot of them sevens to get you in the inside, right? Don't set, right? You throw your right hand, you're falling in on it. You're hurting, but you're falling in. Throw that right hand, twist it that way, all right? Doing good.
And Tyson, by the way, is a real student of the sport. There's nothing this corner can tell him.
Come on, let's
Dive between them and prevented Bruno from taking any further unnecessary punishment. So let's just Ridge and Terry Lawless was up on the ringside apron there, waving the towel as referee Steele stepped between them.
But did that left hand shake you momentarily that he hit you within that round?
He was throwing a great deal of hard punches, but I refused to go down. They didn't even faze me.
After that round, it seemed that you had established that you were the guy, and now he was just there to hold on. Was that how it seemed to you in the ring?
Absolutely. But still, he was sneaking some very hard punches in between it.
So he was stronger than some people gave him credit for.
Absolutely. Well, you have to think, when fighters come to fight the heavyweight champ of the world, like Ali, they automatically become better fighters.
What happened in the fifth round that you saw? Was he? You knew that he was weakened enough after the fourth round that it was just a matter of time?
Well, absolutely, I knew I was going to get him.
All right. Memories of Bone Crusher Smith passed through my mind. A guy who hugged you for 12 rounds.
Well, no, I knew he wasn't about to hug him for 12 rounds because he was trying to impress his Englishmen out here. And I'm just convinced, you know what I mean? These fellas, I dare them challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills. They're just as good as dead.
So that, in effect, though, didn't this show how much you have improved since Bone Crusher Smith, that you could chop him down the way you did?
Well, eventually, we have 12 rounds. Hopefully, I wish there were 15 rounds, but the rules prevail for them to be 12, and we have to live by the rules. And I wasn't worried at all.
So many months you haven't been in the ring. How does it feel to have finally got in here and do what you say you do best?
It felt great. Being here and the people scream and yell, the people scream for him, it's motivating me more.
What can you tell me what? Can you tell me what plans you have now, Mike?
Well, at this particular time, right now, I'm just going to go home and watch a movie called Lean on Me.
Don King, can you tell us, do you have any fights planned and with whom?
I'm going to go with him to watch Lean on Me. And after we watch that, he's going to be talking about it at the post-fight press conference. We'll be talking about guys like Jose Luis Rebalta or Carl Williams, somebody, because he wanted to get back in the ring again in May.
So you're saying there's nothing actually planned now, but you are thinking about several different options.
New York!
We're planning several different options, but we will be fighting in May.
Thank you very much, Don. Thank you very much, Mike.
The future of Mike Tyson in the heavyweight division. There is talk of a mandatory defense against Carl "The Truth" Williams. Not many believe that The Truth would be indelible against Tyson's own particular Truth. There is talk of taking him to Rio de Janeiro to fight a Jose Rebalta. There's anticipation about the ultimate arrival as a full-fledged heavyweight, former cruiserweight champion, Evander Holyfield. Do you see anyone on the horizon who could give Mike a legitimate run for his money?
Not really. I think for Mike Tyson, it's unfortunate in the heavyweight division, there's no one that is qualified to do away with Mike Tyson. They're talking about Evander Holyfield. That's too premature.
Evander Holyfield, of course, like Michael Spinks, is someone who would have to get a little heavier. He's in the process of doing that right now, and has proven himself to be an effective fighter as a heavyweight, if not yet a heavy knockout puncher.
Well, he's going to get stronger quite naturally because of their program. But I think we have to see what's going to happen with Michael Dokes and Evander Holyfield. So I'm looking forward to that fight to see results and his performance in with a heavyweight, a legitimate heavyweight.
Mike's entire history talking about Tyson and a lot of his eminence was built on a schedule that had him fighting at first twice a month, ultimately once every 2 months as heavyweight champion. Could you see him continuing to be as effective as he was tonight, fighting, say, once every 8 months, once every 10 months, once every 6 months?
You know, because Mike Tyson enjoys doing what he's in the ring. He's enjoyed fighting. I like to see Mike Tyson fight like once every 6 months or once every 8 months.
All right, Ray, having returned now from the ring wars and back in his position is Larry Merchant. Larry, we've talked a little bit about what happened tonight. Mike's apparent no loss of effectiveness after 8 months away from the ring, the future and the outlook for possible opponents for him. How do you sum up what you saw?
Well, it's not as easy as some people thought it would be after seeing him beat a big light heavyweight in Michael Spinks. If you go in there against a big professional fighter, he can manage to extend it a while, and in its own way, this kind of demolition may even be more impressive than what he did against Michael Spinks.
Okay, guys, would you stop the pictures right now? Let's get the news companies on. We'll stay for pictures and give you any shots you want. How did it affect you?
Well, can I tell you something? I was in good shape, but I could have trained longer. I could have had more time to train, but you know, I mean, the last thing I could have done was say I need more time. You know, I mean, it was too late. I had to deal with what I had and do the best of what I had to do it with. But I could have used a little more time to train, psychological that is. Well, he hit me with some hard punches, but I refused to get hurt. You know, I mean, we're in the hurt business. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let a little punch. Well, after the first round, I saw he was game. He got up. I knew he was hurt. And I saw the Englishman was pumping him up and his pride was up. And I said, well, this looked like it could be a long fight. But as the fight was going on, I knew that I was going to break him. I could see it happen slowly. Well, yeah, you know what I mean? It's difficult for me to rate myself. You know what I mean? I feel I could, you know what I mean? I feel I could do, that wasn't any Mike Tyson of vintage by any chance. But still in all, you know what I mean, I was in there and I was, right now at this point in my life, even at this performance, I still believe I could be anybody in the world.
Did you feel that you were at your sharpness though? I mean, did the layoff effect?
I just answered that question. The layoff had a little effect, but I don't want to make any excuses. Like I said, I could have trained longer. I could have had more time to train, but you know what I mean, I deal with the best I had.
How about taking off 40 pounds? Did that have an effect?
Yeah, it had a great deal, but like I said, you know, you can't make any excuses. You know, it's my fault that I got up there, so like I said, I had to deal with it.
How did you rate Bruno's performance?
Excuse me?
How did you rate Bruno?
He was very high. You know, he came to fight, and I expected a tough fight.
Out of all your opponents, how would you rate Bruno?
You know, it was very difficult. You know, I mean, I don't know. It was a very difficult fight. He came to fight. As far as rating opponents, you know, I mean, I don't rate it. You know, I'm just glad to win and go home. Well, you know, he hit me with some hard punches, but like I said, you know, I mean, that's part of the game. It's a hurt business. You gotta bring ass to get ass. Excuse me? Well, I was a little anxious. I wanted to take him out, and then as I saw that he came to fight, I said I was prepared for it to be a long fight. But like I said, during the third round, from the third round on, I knew I was going to break him. I could see him breaking very slowly. Yeah, tomorrow, starting tomorrow. I plan on fighting every 2 months or 8 weeks if I can. Like I said, you know what I mean? I have competent officials in my corner, you know, cornermen. I was happy, and like I said, I got to go out there, I got to fight, and like I said, I basically know what to do. You know what I mean? I know what to do. When someone in there throwing punches at you, you know what I mean? It really doesn't matter who's in your corner. You just know you have to defend yourself. Say that once more? Well, you know, he was very strong, you know, it was funny that I couldn't get out of it, you know what I mean? I was trying to get out, and he was holding my head, and it felt like my head was coming off. He was pulling my head so hard. And it hurt my neck. Huh? I knew that he was going to be tough, because I knew that he read the papers, and he was so psyched out, and as he said, this is a peak time to beat Mike Tyson, and I knew he had that in his mind. I knew he was serious to fight. I knew he came to fight. And I knew by him coming to fight, I knew eventually I would catch him. I knew he would run into something.
Did he hit you harder than any heavyweights hit you so far?
Well, he hit me pretty hard, yeah.
Harder than Tucker?
Huh? Well, yeah, that was the hardest punch. He hit me harder than Tucker.
Mike, did becoming a Christian help you at all?
Well, you know, that always helped me. You know, I throw Jesus Christ, my Lord, my Savior, right in front of me. He's my sword and my buckle, and he fights for me.
Amen. Amen.
I don't know, maybe Jose Revolta. I mean, we're looking forward to him fighting next.
You heard the champion say it. I work for him. If it's Jose Luis Revolta, then lean on me. Jack, we're going to see lean on me, and we get ready for Jose Luis Revolta.
Perhaps I would love to go, perhaps Brazil and Italy, you know, and Saudi Arabia and Africa. Those are the ones that the main ones that we have in mind.
And Brunei.
And Brunei?
That's the one that's Sultan. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that was Saudi Arabia.
No, it's different.
Yeah.
Brunei is different from Saudi Arabia. Brunei, the Sultan. We want to fight for the Sultan. The Sultan of Brunei.
I don't. Hey, can I tell you something? I tell you right now, for you to answer that question, you know what I mean? It sounds egotistical. I don't care what you say, but it's a fact. You know what I mean? How dare them even to challenge me, these fighters, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? With their primitive boxing skills, you know what I mean? They're as good as dead.
Mike.
Mac, baby.
Mike, talk about primitive boxing skills, but yet for sometimes the fight people just walk to the floor without going into That's not usually how you used to fight. You're more what you see more.
All right, so what? I made mistakes. I came in after 6 months, taking off 40 pounds. You know what I mean? If you really want to make excuses, you know what I mean? Got hit with hard punches, came back. Well, let's see what happens next time. That's my first comeback fight. There'll be other ones. And then, like I say, about you say primitive stuff, nobody could beat me. Holyfield, Williams, you bring them all. If I was them, their best bet to do, they should have just came to the fight with their note and pad and take lessons. Excuse me? Well, if you didn't know, the punch that set him up when he first got on the rope, I hit him with a left hook to the body, and I heard him grunt, and that was the punch that slowed him down. He didn't punch back after that, and that's when I finished with the combination. They were calm, more relaxed than I thought they were. You know, like, coming into the dressing room, I said, "Oh my God, I hope they don't start yelling it." But you know, they're very composed. You know what I mean? I didn't expect them to be that composed. They surprised me even. Yeah, Taylor Smith.
Mike, what's gone on this past 8 months in your life? Were there any doubts in your mind about this fight going in? I mean, forgetting the opponent, just thinking about yourself.
No way.
There's never any doubts in my mind because I'm the best in the world. Even though a lot of you don't like to hear it, it's facts. I'm the best. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to believe it myself, but it's the truth. I'm the best.
And we fight on HBO, the network of champions.
Like you said, I was kind of a little bit excited, and I wanted to get the fight over with. You know what I mean? But as the fight progressed, I slowed down a little, and I made my punches count. Well, he would have said punch to the body. You know what I mean? He would have said punch to the body more and did much. Well, they told me to punch to the body more too. It's just at the particular time, I just didn't do it. I was a little stubborn, and I tried to do it my way, which was successful, but it could have been more better. You know what I mean? I perform better when I listen, though. That's true. The 54-second record. All right. Hey, you know what I mean? There's a lot more. Hopefully, knock on wood, there's a couple more years to go. I'm not looking for no knockouts. I'm just looking to win. You know what I mean? And make your guys write some nice stuff about me.